All the buzz in the camera community right now centers around Canon's upcoming releases. And while the Canon EOS R6 Mark III has been grabbing headlines, there's another model that's quietly building serious anticipation, the Canon EOS R7 Mark II. The R7 lineup has always been known as Canon's APS-C powerhouse, and if the next generation delivers on expectations, it could easily become one of the most compelling hybrid cameras Canon has ever made. The original Canon EOS R7 surprised a lot of shooters with how capable it was for the price. Even years after launch, it continues to sell impressively well. That says a lot about Canon's grip on the enthusiast and semi-pro market. Personally, I haven't been fully attached to Canon's APS-C mirrorless models so far, but that doesn't mean they aren't strong performers. In fact, the R7 proved that Canon can make a crop sensor camera feel truly professional. Image sensor and resolution. 32.5 megapixel sensor on the EOS R7 hits a great balance between detail and performance. For most photographers, it's that sweet spot where you get excellent resolution without sacrificing too much low-light capability or dynamic range. Some users, however, have been asking for Canon to push higher, maybe closer to 40 megapixels like Fujifilm did with its X-T5. That camera showed that a smaller APS-C sensor can indeed handle ultra-high resolutions if engineered properly. Still, Canon seems to be shifting its overall strategy. The company appears to be moving away from the one-size-fits-all hybrid idea and is instead tailoring specific cameras for either photographers or videographers. We've seen that philosophy in the recent EOS R50V and Cinema EOS C50, both excellent tools in their own right, but clearly aimed at distinct audiences. It's unlikely that Canon will give the EOS R7 Mark II a stacked sensor. Like the R3 or R1, that kind of hardware would significantly increase the cost. Considering the APS-C market, Canon would likely aim to keep the R7 Mark II somewhere below the $2,000 mark. A refined version of the existing sensor with better readout speed, improved rolling shutter performance, and stronger noise handling would make much more sense. Mechanical shutter and performance. If Canon wants to modernize the R7 series, one bold step would be removing the mechanical shutter entirely. It's something we've seen slowly happening in high-end mirrorless systems, and Canon could use the R7 Mark II as a testing ground for a full electronic shutter workflow. This would reduce cost, weight, and potential mechanical failures while pushing users toward faster, silent shooting. The current R7 already delivers 30 FPS electronic bursts, but imagine if Canon bumped that up to 40 FPS, bringing it closer to the performance of the EOS R3. Combine that with pre-capture functionality, and wildlife or sports photographers would have a tool capable of freezing even the most unpredictable motion. A Digic accelerator processor paired with the latest Digic X would make that kind of performance possible, giving Canon one of the fastest APS-C cameras on the market. Ergonomics and handling. Here's where Canon really needs to listen to its community. Many shooters have voiced concerns about the ergonomics of the current EOS R7. The camera feels compact but slightly cramped, especially for photographers with larger hands. One of the signature traits of the old 7D series was its rugged, perfectly balanced body. You could move between a 5 Series DSLR and a 7D seamlessly because the handling felt familiar. The R7 Mark II should bring that back. A slightly larger grip, a repositioned scroll wheel, and a more intuitive button layout would make all the difference. Canon could also consider adding a top LCD display, though that may still be reserved for higher-end bodies. Regardless, comfort and usability should take priority, especially for long days in the field. Build quality and durability. The EOS 7D Mark II was legendary for its toughness. It could handle heavy rain, sand, snow, and even extreme temperature swings, all without missing a beat. That's exactly the kind of confidence wildlife photographers want. The R7, while capable, doesn't quite evoke the same sense of indestructibility. If Canon reinforces the build quality of the R7 Mark II to near 5 Series levels, they'll instantly win over adventure shooters. A weather-sealed, magnesium alloy body, combined with improved grip texture and larger control dials would make it a serious tool for professionals who don't want to spend $4,000 plus on a full-frame setup. EVF and display upgrades. The R7's $2.36 million. EVF is functional, but at this level it feels dated. Canon should aim for at least a $3.69 million OLED viewfinder, ideally with a 1.44x magnification. That would give photographers a much more immersive experience and reduce eye strain during extended use. the rear LCD could also see some clever innovation. Many shooters now prefer hybrid tilt flip screens, something similar to what Panasonic did with the S1 II or what Leica uses in the Q3. It's the best of both worlds. You get the flexibility of a flip-out screen for vlogging or framing at odd angles, and the simplicity of a tilting design for stills. Autofocus and speed enhancements, Canon's dual-pixel AF2 is already excellent. But with every generation, it becomes smarter and faster, bringing over AI-based subject detection and deep learning autofocus algorithms from the R3 and R5 Mark II would be a game-changer for the R7 Mark II. Animal, vehicle, and human tracking all need to be seamless. A wider detection area across the frame and improved low-light sensitivity would also help solidify its place among top-tier APS-C models. Price and release expectations. The Canon original EOS R7 launched at around $1499, an incredible value for what it offered. A price increase is expected, but if Canon keeps it below $2,000 while adding significant improvements in build quality, autofocus, and speed, it'll remain highly competitive. As for timing, Canon usually keeps a steady product cycle, and based on current rumors, we may not see the EOS R7 Mark II until sometime in 2026. Still, Canon could surprise everyone with an earlier announcement if demand for high-performance APS-C cameras continues to grow. Final thoughts. Canon EOS R7 Mark II has the potential to redefine what an APS-C mirrorless camera can be. If Canon gets the ergonomics right, strengthens the body, refines the EVF, and boosts the autofocus system, this could easily become the ultimate wildlife and sports photography camera under $2,000 for creators who want professional results. Without the price or weight of full-frame gear, this camera might be exactly what they've been waiting for. Whether Canon delivers on that promise remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the Canon R7 Mark II rumors have already reignited excitement in the APS-C world, and we can't wait to see how it all unfolds.